This is Robert Plank from Website Remote, and if you're trying to automate more of your internet business, there's this cool free and paid tool, depending on how crazy you want to get with it, called Zapier, not sure how to pronounce it, but you can connect your different accounts and websites together. So for example, we can have it where if I post on one WordPress site, it'll actually duplicate that post across, say, 5 WordPress sites just by posting in that one place. Or we can even narrow it down so that, for example, if I post a video to YouTube, if it matches a specific keyword, it'll post that video to this blog, and if it matches a different keyword, it'll post the video to that blog, and so much more. We can make it where if we post to YouTube, it updates our Facebook personal page. If we post to a WordPress blog, it'll update our Facebook fan page. All kinds of cool stuff, and we're gonna check it out right now using this tool called Zapier or Zapier. So we're gonna go to Zapier.com, and then you get an account and you log in, and then when you log in, they have you explore, and they have you just click on the different services you use. Like if you use Google Calendar or Evernote or things like that, it'll have you make basically a list of things that you want to connect together, and so now that we have chosen a lot of these things, we can connect things. Example for if we have multiple Google Calendars, or have it where if we post on a specific Google Calendar, then it'll also post that appointment to a fan page, so we can make a separate Google Calendar, for example, one of our membership sites, and then have a fan page just for those members, and now we don't have to post in multiple places. So you just kind of go around, and there's different things like we can have automate happy birthday messages, or connect PayPal to Google Calendar and stuff like that. And so I'm going to be playing around specifically with WordPress, Facebook, and YouTube, because we can make it where if I post on site A, it also posts on other sites. We can make it where if I post on my fan page on Facebook, it'll also go and add a copy to my blog as well, or the other way around. If I post to my blog, it updates my fan page. We can make it, and we can string together, 3 or 4 or 5 different things, and say if I post to YouTube, also put that video on my Facebook wall and on my fan page and on my blog, and you have all kinds of stuff for Dropbox, Google Drive, Evernote. Make it where the webinars that you schedule are automatically added to your Google Calendar. You can have the same reminder at a certain time of day so that you know to do a specific task, or a weekly email reminder. And so we go to this Zapier site, and so let me make something where if I post a YouTube video, then it will post it on my wall and post it to my blog. So what we do is, right now I don't have any zaps, I don't believe. And so what I did, I went to explore, and then I added the services I want to have. And then I can say make a new zap. And so I already have things like, Facebook and WordPress and stuff like that. So I want to say when I post to YouTube, so the trigger will be a new video, okay? And then when I have a new video in, actually, I think, so YouTube, yeah, new video in my account. So it'll just watch my account named PHP Robert. And I guess I can even set this to other people's accounts, like the Lance Tomashiro YouTube channel. Okay, so username PHP Robert. It'll go and check out that YouTube channel, test successful, and so now that's the first step. So the trigger we've set is a new video on YouTube. And now the action we're going to take is to put it on my WordPress blog. So I'll create a post, and I have, I'm not sure which ones these are, because I was playing around with a couple different WordPress sites. So let me see if membership newbies on there. Okay, it's not. So we'll go connect a new WordPress account, and they just want us to know our username and password. So http membershipnewbie.com, and let me go in the other window and grab the password for that one. So I'll just put in my username and password and then continue. Cool, so the trigger is a new video on YouTube. The action is create post. And so I'll name this membership newbie. That's what I should have done before. That way I can get back to that. And then we want to say, okay, well, when there's that, we want to make it a new post. And then the title, we'll fill in the title from the YouTube video. And then the content will be the YouTube URL. Actually, let's say it'll be first the description, and then underneath that will be the YouTube URL. And then the one trick on WordPress itself is we have to say that it will be a published post, otherwise it will show up as a draft post. So then that's everything. We don't care about the category, post format, any of that stuff. So we'll click on continue. And so here we go. So if I check membershipnewbie.com, there's already this landing page generator video on here, but what we can do is it'll do a test run, and it'll say, okay, we're going to do a test post and grab the most recent YouTube video on the PHP Robert channel, and we'll say it's this manage redirects post. So we look at membership newbie right now, and there's just 3 posts, and the top one is this landing page generator. So we'll continue and test successful. Go back to membership newbie and refresh. And once it decides to refresh, it should have, there we go, that manage redirects. And the only thing I don't like is I need to figure out a way, it's probably with like a plugin or something, to automatically hyperlink that. But I mean, that's a pretty good time saver, right? And then I mean, you can just log in and edit something that's already there, and that'll right there save you 5 minutes every time you make a new YouTube post. So that's cool. And then let's also add another action, and let's say that I also want to post this to I want to make a page post, okay, and I want to use this on my Facebook page. I'll just connect to Facebook again. Okay, so my Facebook account, and so now that I've connected my Facebook account, I can say, well, I want to put a copy of this on the Robert Plank Show, and then let's see, I'll put the YouTube URL, and I guess I don't even care really about the title or anything. I'll just put the YouTube URL itself. Continue. And then let's test that one too. So we'll go to the Robert Plank Show, and if I view the Robert Plank Show page, so we want to say pages Robert Plank Show, we'll check it out. And so I might need to mess with that because I want the embed stuff. So we say I want to edit. Let's see, for the Facebook page, I want to edit the template, and maybe I'll try this. So I can click and delete. I'll try this with the embed code, embed URL. There's just the URL, right? Not the embed code. So let's say embed URL this time, and continue that, and then test that one. And same kind of thing. All right. So that's not quite what I want, but I might have to mess with that. But let me just change this back to the new video YouTube URL, and maybe I want to make. All right, let me try this again. So message YouTube URL. Let me try making it the link URL as well. Okay, continue, and then continue and test, and then refresh the Robert Plank Show. So I'll zoom out so I can easily see. Aha, that's what we had to do. We had to set that as the link URL. So there's always it seems like with Zapier, there's a couple gotchas where you just have to, let me close that dang chat box, get it out of the way. There's always that gotcha where you need to know exactly what field to put in. So what's cool about this though, what's cool about the way they did it was, so I set the link URL to the YouTube link, but I could make this, for example, just the video title. And that way, so I could test that one out. So I can go continue and test and then refresh that one. And then now, see how now the way it's behaving is if I make a new YouTube video, it'll put the title in the post and then the URL in here. And so I mean I could even like make it the title and the YouTube link and then have the actual video. So I'm kind of happy with that. So we can even add another step and say, let me also post to the Double Agent Marketing fan page. Okay, so Double Agent Marketing right there. And then so we're going to make this the title and then a line break and then the YouTube URL and then make sure the link URL here is the YouTube URL. Awesome. So now we'll save that. I don't care about testing that. All right. And now we'll call this like the YouTube trigger, right? And then we'll set this to on, see it on our dashboard, and now the way this runs, because I'm using the free account, this will run every 15 minutes. So every 15 minutes that we see a video on the PHP Robert YouTube channel, then we will put it on Membership Newbie, we'll put it on Robert Plank Show, we'll put it on Double Age Marketing, and we can just add as many different actions. And so one thing I'm curious, which I haven't tried yet, is to post it on my own timeline. So, so I think I can make it a video on my timeline. Actually, let me make it simple. Let me just make it a let me make it a regular post. So Facebook post to timeline, okay. And I'll use that same YouTube account. Oh, so I have to do it differently. So continue as Robert. Okay. And so I want to set these actions to only post to internet marketers. So click on OK. Now I've authorized my Facebook account. And can we rename this to Robert Plank Wall? And I will say same deal. I can say I'm going to make it the title, I'm going to make it the URL, and then I'm going to make the link URL the YouTube URL. Cool. So then let me test that as well. And if I view my timeline, already there. Awesome. So now anytime I post to YouTube, now it's doing all kinds of stuff, posting to the blog, posting to fan pages, posting to the wall. And one thing I also want to check out is can I create more than one trigger? Because that would be, looks like I can only make one trigger. Because what if I wanted to say, so I can only make the one trigger. All right, because I kind of wanted to make it where if I post, it scans multiple YouTube channels and post it in multiple places, but it looks like I would just have to make another trigger to, for example, check the Lance Tomashiro show, right? Because we can just say YouTube and new video, yeah. So we can only do it for one YouTube channel at a time, but that's okay. So one other thing I want to do, so we kind of see some of the possibilities here: post to YouTube, post to wall, fan page, blog. Let's also play around with if we make a Facebook post, then it will also post onto WordPress. So you always hear about the plugins where if you post on your blog, it posts to Facebook. What about vice versa? We say make a new Zap, and then I want to say if I post, let's say if I post on a Facebook page, and this one we did 6 minutes ago, I want to say if I post something on, I really want to do it on Double Age Marketing, but for now let me do it on like some other fan page for a test. So I have a Florida Man fan page. So that's the page. And so now it's going to grab, so the latest one I just said third post on it. So continue. And then we'll say, well, if I post onto Facebook, then let me post onto, say, WordPress. And I mean, you could do it, for example, if someone posts on your fan page, it sends you an email. That's kind of cool, right? So let's just make it, if someone posts on our Facebook fan page, put it onto WordPress, create a post, and I'll do it on Membership Newbie, and it'll be a post. So now this is the only tricky part, because, well, a Facebook post is just a block of text, right? And so what if I put a link or something on there? So that's the tricky part. But I guess once again, we could at least have a copy of the post on the blog and change it later. So we can actually have, well, yeah, let's make it where the title of the post is the message, and then the content of the post is also the message. And then the only trick with WordPress is we have to make sure to always say that this post is published, otherwise it will show up as a draft. So we'll say continue, and then so now if I look at my fan page I never actually created called Florida Man, see, we said third post, and so when we make that post, it should put it onto Membership Newbie. Right now there's just manage redirects, and we'll say continue and test, refresh Membership Newbie. Now there's our third post. So then if we say, post number 4, publish that one. If we do a retest, I want to continue and test, and oops, I think I have to go back and do it, but I mean, whatever. Let me say this, and this will be Facebook page to WordPress. Turn the Zap on, see it on our dashboard, and now let me say post number 5, click publish. Now if we check Membership Newbie, what's going to happen? It doesn't appear instantly because Zapier only runs once every 15 minutes, but we could test it out and say my Facebook page to WordPress, run that. So it's going to go out and check the Facebook page and then post it in WordPress. So refresh this. Now post number 5 appears. So lots of cool ways to connect Twitter, Facebook, Google Calendar, YouTube, all that cool stuff using Zapier. And you can even do reminders. So if I went to my dashboard and I said I'm going to make a new Zap, Zapier has some built-in things. So instead of searching, like Twitter or things like that, I'm going to search Zapier. And so they have a scheduler. So I can click on scheduler. And I mean, the cool thing about this is, I mean, you saw there was well, let me get this going first. So I can say every day, and I'm going to do this every day at 9 a.m. on weekends. Cool. And then my time zone settings are, where's my time zone? Set my time zone to Pacific time, so -8. Awesome. Okay. So 9 a.m. even on weekends. Okay. Now we can have it do something at every single time. So I mean, technically you could have it, auto post to Facebook the same exact message, or we could send a text, I think. So if we search Zapier again, see there's this SMS by Zapier, email by Zapier, so you could have it email you the same reminder every day at 9 a.m., text you the same thing every day at 9 a.m. Ooh, even call you on the phone. So let me try a phone call. I haven't thought about that one. So select SMS and let this thing load for us. So this is going to be to our phone number, okay, and call, and then we gotta send a PIN number. Let's see what comes up here.
Your PIN number is 3164994. Your PIN number is 3.
Okay. So now I've confirmed that this is Robert phone number. All right. So now let me save that. And then, so now you can just have the message. So remember to send an email to your list, and then I'll make it demand voice. Okay, so send an email to my list. So this will just auto call me every day at 9 o'clock in the morning. That's pretty freaking slick. Didn't even know that was an option. So we'll answer the phone again.
Remember to send an email to your list.
That's pretty cool. So I mean, we could do that as like a text or a phone call. Daily list phone call. And I mean, like, that could be like a wake up call. That could be like all kinds of cool stuff. So, and then I got a SMS saying this is a test from them as well. Awesome. So using Zapier, we can connect different stuff together. Scheduler, reminder. I saw that they had a webhook, so you could say every day at 9 a.m. you could hit a URL, like basically like a cron job kind of. Phone call, text message, YouTube, all kinds of that cool stuff. So that is the tool called Zapier. So what I'm using to play around with is the free plan, where they allow you 5 zaps, so 5 scheduled tasks basically, and then 100 tasks per month. And I think a task is when something you have scheduled actually runs. It runs it every 15 minutes, which pretty much, I mean, who cares? I post to YouTube. Who cares if it takes 15 minutes at the most to get on my WordPress blog? Then they have the $50 a month option where you get 50 zaps, runs every 5 minutes. And the biggest gotcha I found when messing around with this is when you're using this with WordPress, you have to set the post status to publish. So I mean, you can make it where if you put out a tweet, put out a Facebook post on your wall, put out a Facebook post on your fan page, make a YouTube video, whatever. I mean, heck, even technically like a Google Calendar appointment, those kinds of things could just go and get copied to your WordPress site, but we have to tell it to automatically, by default, set our post status to publish. So I think that was a pretty slick demo of Zapier's features. They just can connect the APIs, the interfaces of your websites, of your social media, and even we saw phone and text all for free. So pretty cool. This is Robert Plank from websiteremote.com showing you how to use Zapier or Zapier, however they call it.